So maybe allowing the breath just to flow through the belly, filling up that belly, and exhaling long. And it feels all right for you. And maybe allowing the shoulders to drop, allowing the jaw to release, and just becoming fully aware of this body sitting, lying, or standing here at this moment. Noticing the back of the body that might or might not be in contact with the surface holding you. Noticing the front of the body that might be maybe the skin, maybe feeling a sense of the weather, warmth or coolness. And maybe even bringing your attention to those areas of the body that are in contact with the surface holding you, the chair, the seat, the cushion. Noticing the back and seeing if you can keep a straight back and not rigid, allowing the flow of air to come in and out without any struggle. Just allowing the breath to flow naturally, normally. I welcome you here today, and I welcome in yourself to this moment, knowing that you're welcome exactly as you are. And there is nowhere to go right now, absolutely nothing to do right now than just being here. This moment is all we got. And then just noticing what you're most present with right now, what's felt in the body, what's in the mind, and even what's in the heart. Is there an emotion here? Whatever it is, just acknowledging it for being part of this moment. If there's a lot in the mind right now, then that's okay. Just acknowledging that there's a lot in the mind and it's okay. That's the moment. And then seeing if you can just bring this kind attention towards the breath, body breathing, and just becoming aware of the breath, knowing that you're breathing. And every time you inhale, just becoming aware that you're inhaling. And every time you exhale, becoming fully aware that you're exhaling, feeling the breath in the body. And if the breath is not available for you right now, then noticing the sensations in the body, feet on the ground, the palms of the hands, maybe the warmth or the coolness, tingling or numbness, heaviness, or even the absence of sensation. And you might notice the mind wandering, telling stories, going from the past to the future, always looking for something else, something that takes us away from the moment. And that's all right. That's what it does. So bringing the kind, loving awareness back right here to this moment by bringing your attention to the breath, the body, or even sounds, whatever is more accessible to you right now. With each out breath, the body softens even more, allowing all tension to just dissolve away if possible. But if you notice any tension or tightness that is remaining here, and just allowing it to be here for now as well. It will change on its own. The true reminder that change is the only constant thing. And now seeing if you can turn towards your heart. By the heart, we mean the place that holds all emotions, this tender area. And noticing whether it's closed up or is it open and ready to receive. And either way is fine. There's no right or wrong. We're just checking in. Noticing if any judgment comes up. If you find that your heart is closed up, then just bringing that kind curiosity to it, attending to this closeness. Sensing what it feels like when the heart is closed up in this moment. Sensing what it feels like when the heart is open. The beauty is in knowing the difference. And is it okay to turn a kind eye, kind attention towards the messiness that presents itself sometimes in our lives? The messiness of our being sometimes, even the things that we often judge about ourselves. I was told that one of Richard's favorite songs was Anthem by Leonard Cohen. And there's a beautiful line that says, "There's a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in." There is a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in. It is in that tenderness that the light gets in. The loving awareness that allows us to notice the crack and allows us to learn from this, to see what is it here, to become curious. So this kind curiosity, this loving awareness can be followed by some loving kindness. And it's always that loving kindness that allows us to embrace the moment. So whenever you're ready at your own pace, bringing into mind a being, anyone that makes you smile. Doesn't have to be a person, it could be a pet, it could be a superhero, it could be a public figure. It could be a tree. And as you bring this being to mind, there might be a little bit of a smile coming in, but just feeling its embrace, its presence. And noticing what about this being makes you smile? Is there tenderness here? Is there joy? And you're seeing if you can tune into this sense of kindness or loving tenderness that this being provides. That even just the thought of it brings a smile to your face. And as you do this, just noticing how the body feels, how it softens. And now, in the presence of this being right here, checking in with your heart again. What is the quality of your heart at this moment? As you feel this loving awareness of this being that makes you smile. You invite yourself to let the light in. So Leonard Cohen said later on after his song that the cracks mentioned in the song are places of confrontation with the brokenness of things. He says, through them we grow. We acknowledge whatever is broken forever and what can still be fixed. He says the cracks are the places where we can see the light on the other side. I believe we have this idea of being broken when we cannot see the crack. And this no seeing doesn't allow us to see the light. Excuse me. So in our practice, we bring a sense of tenderness and care to these so-called cracks. This loving awareness allows us for the space, for the light to come in. I believe this is how we heal ourselves. There's a book by Stephen Levine called A Year to Live. And it says how to live this year as if it was our last, as if it was your last, sorry. So he says it's not uncommon for people who have had a close call with death to say that they saw their whole life pass before their eyes. In a timeless moment, faces, conversations, events, sounds, and images from the past were vividly replayed in consciousness. He says many people are not completely satisfied with the show. They think that the script could use some work. The plot line left something to be desired. The actors were not up to their roles. And although at times it seemed boring and too long, the end came too quickly. They are surprised at how much they have forgotten and how much of it there was. And they most immediately fall back asleep into their lives without the recognition that if we don't do something to heal our lives now, someday when it's more than just a close call and our life flashes by, it will be too late to do anything about it. He invites us to not wait to review our lives on our deathbed. Consider the possibility of finishing your business before your lease is up, he says. Consider the possibility of finishing your business before your lease is up. So maybe allowing yourself to take in a deep breath. And just seeing how these words settle for you. Noticing what's felt in the body, what's in the mind. Are there any thoughts? Just becoming aware of your experience right at this moment. And this is the invitation again and again, living your life to the fullest. Allowing the light to get in moments of despair, in difficult moments. Doing that by bringing a sense of curiosity, kind, tender curiosity to the moment. Loving awareness. Opening up to that sense of a smiling the smile in the presence of that being that allows for that tenderness to happen. And so maybe taking in a deep breath, filling up the belly, and on a long, long exhale, just allowing the body to move a little bit, tilting the head from side to side, allowing the body to guide the movement that is needed right now. Maybe a quick stretch. And then having the reminder to having this one moment to be alive, one moment at a time. How are you showing up in your moment? Are you here? So I'd like to dedicate our time together today to all those that have transitioned, that are paving the way for us, to remind us constantly that we're here one day and we're not here the next. And this moment is all we have. So I thank you for your kind attention. I thank you for being here.